Hey guys, sorry I'm looking worse and worse in each video. Today I'm rocking a homeless man salt and pepper beard, an unkempt homeless man salt and pepper beard. Just gonna jump right into it. There's an extremely disturbing video on police activity. It's a YouTube channel called Police Activity where you can watch mostly uncensored body cam videos of chases, pursuits, mostly shootings. Almost every video ends with the bad guy being shot and killed. A lot of murder. A lot of murder. I've been watching this channel for probably the better part of 8-10 years now, and I've probably witnessed close to 125 murders. Were just blatant murder. Just I'm talking about first degree, premeditated, outright murder. Some are manslaughter. Some are voluntary manslaughter. Most are first degree premeditated murder. And I'm always commenting as such on each video. However, my main channel, the one that you're watching me on now, has been banned. So I can only comment when I go to my other channel, which has like 400 subscribers. Because I'm just a little guy, it allows me to comment. The channel hasn't blocked me. Anyway, the most recent one, last time I checked, is a black police officer in some backwoods, godforsaken butthole of the Bible Belt, city, town, county. And I think it was a sheriff's deputy too. Sheriff's deputies are just they're the diarrhea of diarrhea. So if diarrhea were to ever get diarrhea, that's what sheriff's deputies are. Cops are diarrhea, but sheriff's deputies are the diarrhea of the diarrhea. So this black cop, there's some psychology involved that I'm not capable or qualified to talk about, but I'm going to do my best as a layperson to describe it. Essentially, it is a psychological effect that a person who is what I term a sexual sadist, or a sadist in general, or psychosociopath, experiences when their victim fights back or doesn't cower to them like they are used to. Let's take somebody who likes to harm animals, for example. Someone who hurts animals. They see the animal as inferior to them, and when they are brutalizing an innocent animal, if the animal, in the rare occasion an animal would ever fight back or bite them or scratch them, that just intensifies their rage, and they're that much more aggressive in their in their mistreatment of the animal. And so it's the same thing for rapists, which is basically what cops are. Cops are rapists. It's the exact same psychology. We can do this the easy way or the hard way. Don't resist. Put your hands behind your back. Spread your legs. Let me stick you to the back of this car, even though you're having a panic attack and you're having you have claustrophobia and it's causing you a full-on panic attack. To have your hands shackled behind your back, I'm still going to stuff you into this little teeny tiny car, the back of this car. And the more you cry and scream and beg, the more excited I get, the more pleasure I derive from it. So they're sexual sadists, they're rapists. And so when this other the suspect, also known as the victim, who had not actually committed any crimes other than running from the police to avoid being pulled over for some minor victimless infraction of a make-believe law made up by make-believe people who live in a make-believe world. And so because he didn't immediately pull over and start licking the guy's boots, the cop just flew into a rage. He's a canine officer. And they take it to the next level. They don't just like to sadistically brutalize people, but they want to use their dog to do it as well. So this guy, the bad guy, jumps out of his car, and the car crashes into like a telephone pole, and he runs into some random person's trailer, mobile home. That's the dishwasher behind me in the back, in case you're wondering. So the guy runs in there and thinks that he can jump underneath a couch cushion, and hide from the cops. I mean, it's like, bro, what are you thinking? That was so stupid. It's like thinking that a pack of pit bulls are not going to be able to chase you through the forest and find you within seconds. So that was just stupid, but he certainly didn't deserve to be murdered for it. Anyway, Cop runs into the house with the dog, giving the dog the command to kill. And the dog runs in and begins attacking the homeowner, who is a extremely elderly and extremely disabled, very frail, very weak man who is on oxygen. The dog is literally ripping him to shreds. You just see his head going back and forth, just ripping this guy to shreds. And the guy's screaming bloody murder, as anyone would be, being murdered by a gigantic German Shepherd that's trained to kill. And the black guy, the suspect, is literally with his hands up like that underneath the cushion. Total sign of surrender. He was unarmed, by the way. And so the cop is yelling at his dog to attack the person he's chasing, right? He's making no effort whatsoever to get the dog off of the innocent homeowner. He is just yelling at the dog to attack the other guy. So it turned out that the homeowner was attacked for 87 seconds while the cop stood there yelling at the dog to attack the other guy. So here's what happened. This is my analysis. When the officer realized that the man was surrendering, the man was hiding under a cushion, okay? And it was almost like a game to him. I'm not saying that it really was, but it was like to the guy, it was like, okay, look, like, I'm here, you got me. But I still just like, I don't want to face reality. I don't want to face the consequences of my actions. So I'm just hiding under this cushion, pretending like I'm still safe here somehow. So me personally, well, besides the dog thing, I might have actually found some humor in it. The fact that this guy actually thinks that he's hiding from me underneath this cushion with both his hands up. So I know he's not armed. At least he doesn't have anything in his hand. Let's put it that way. For those of you don't know if he was armed or not. But so the cop realizes that now his high level of anxiety, his high level of psychotic rage, his sexual sadistic nature was way up here, and the only way to bring it back down here, the only way to release that pressure is for the situation to become more dangerous, so he can essentially climax, okay, and release that pressure, okay, which is to commit the act of murder, which is what every cop wakes up hoping that they can do. It used to be hoping that they could help people. Now it's hoping they can murder. So he needs to reach that super high level to release that pressure and climax, or he has to suddenly become human and realize, okay, this is someone who's terrified. He didn't want to face the consequences of his actions. I've got him. He's cornered. And I now have to go from up here to down here, which means swallowing this massive, uncontrollable urge I have to essentially orgasm, okay, and release this pressure that is built up inside me because this guy triggered my instinct to kill. When you run from a wild animal, it triggers their chase and their kill instinct all the more. Whereas if you just to play dead, most giant, bears at least will leave you alone. I can't say the same about a lion or tiger. I think they're still going to rip your ass to shreds. So rather than face the possibility of having to bring himself back down here, he shot the guy 5 times. He just opens fire on him. Boom, 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 boom. Murders him in the bed underneath in the couch that he's laying on, and then takes his sweet ass time, finally getting his dog, who would not let go, off the homeowner, who's still screaming, and ended up with permanent injuries that he still has, of course, to this day. I think he had a what do they call that when you have a head wound, a traumatic brain injury, and a bunch of other stuff from the dog trying to kill him. So yeah. So basically, my point to all of this is that, you're dealing with rapists. You're dealing with sexual sadists. Now, I don't know if you've ever been to a swingers club or a swingers. What else would they be calling? Yeah, they have swingers nightclubs, and then they have swingers parties. 99.9% of the 99.9% of people that are there are cops. Cops are the main patrons of, these massage parlors, brothels, swingers parties, swinging, and all this other stuff. It's cops. Because they're sadists. They're sexual sadists. That's why they get into the job. Anyone who wants to be a cop and exert power over another human being, okay, granted to them by a government that says it's okay if you're wearing this costume to dominate another human being and take their humanity away from them, put them in handcuffs, and ruin their life basically over nothing, just over ego or because they disrespected you. Anybody who wants a job like that is a sociopath, at absolute least. But the majority of them are sexual sadists. And the things that cops say are the exact same things. If you read crime novels and crime books and investigation handbooks, it's the same things that rapists say. The exact same behavior that you can find in sexual sadists and rapists, you find in police officers. So that's what we're dealing with, guys. It's very bleak, I know. But I just wanted to do my commentary on this latest video. You can see it on police activity. If you go to YouTube and search it, you'll find it. You'll find the video. It won't be hard to find. I was going to link it in the description. I think I might be too lazy to do that. If by the time I post this, I've got the link in there, well then just click on it. Otherwise, you can find it. All right, guys. Never open the door for the cops. Never talk to the cops. Never, never talk to police. Never open your door for the police. And always record police. Stay safe out there.